Order of operations with integers. The essential question is, how do you simplify numerical expressions with integers? Our first example, we are going to simplify -3 plus 5 multiplied by the quantity of 6 minus 7. So we need to follow order of operations. We can see here we have parentheses first. So I'm going to subtract 6 minus 7. And 6 minus 7 is going to give me -1. I'm going to bring everything else down. So I'm left now with -3 plus 5 multiplied by -1. Now I have adding and multiplying, so I need to multiply first, and I am multiplying a positive number by a negative number, so that's going to give me -5. Bring down the plus -3. Now I'm adding two negatives, so I know the answer will be negative, and 3 plus 5 is 8. So this simplifies down to -8. Example 2, simplify. We have 5 squared minus 10 multiplied by the quantity of 3 minus 4. So following order of operations, we need to do these parentheses first. So we need to do 3 minus 4, which is -1. Still need to multiply by 10. And we have 5 squared minus 10 multiplied by -1. Now I'm going to take care of this exponent. So 5 to the second power would be 5 multiplied by 5, which is 25, minus 10 multiplied by -1. Now we're going to multiply 10 and -1 to get -10. And we still have to do 25 minus -10. Here we can see that we are subtracting a negative. So instead of thinking of this as 25 minus -10, I can do 25 plus the opposite of -10, which is +10. So what we really end up with is 25 plus 10, which is 35. Example 3, simplify. We have the quantity of 7 minus 3 to the second power minus 12 multiplied by 2 plus 8. So when we look at this expression, the first thing we need to do is take care of parentheses. So 7 minus 3 is 4, but we still need to do 4 to the second power minus 12 multiplied by 2 plus 8. Now notice I changed this x multiply sign to the dot just because we're going into variables and we should be thinking of multiplying with the dot. All right, then we're going back here and we need to now look at doing the exponent next. So 4 to the second power means 4 multiplied by 4, which is 16, minus 12, multiplied by 2, plus 8. So now we have subtraction, multiplying, and adding. So I need to take care of this multiplying first. So I'm just going to put parentheses around it so that I can easily see it. That would be 12 multiplied by 2 is 24. So we have 16 minus 24 plus 8. Now I'm actually going to look at this problem, and I don't want to deal with subtracting 16 minus 24. So I'm going to keep 16 the same, switch it to adding, and the opposite of positive 24 is negative 24. And the reason why I did that is because now I'm just dealing with two additions, and I don't have to worry about the subtraction in there. So I will first do 16 plus negative 24. And again, it doesn't matter which adding you do first because the order in which you add doesn't matter. So if I think of 16 plus negative 24, I'm going to look at which one would be further from 0 because they have different signs. So the negative 24 would be further from 0 than 16. So it's going to be negative, and now I have to find the difference between 24 and 16, which is 8. So I'm left with negative 8 plus 8, and those are opposites. So negative 8 plus 8 will become 0. So our answer to this one is 0. example 4, simplify. We're going to simplify 2 plus 7 multiplied by the quantity of 3 squared plus the quantity of 3 minus 5 squared. All right, so this is a long problem. What we need to look at first is inside these brackets right here, because all of this is a grouping symbol. So I'm going to concentrate first right here in these brackets. Within the brackets, I have parentheses, so I will do that first. So 3 minus 5 is negative 2. I still need to square the negative 2. This is all still in brackets. So I still have the 3 squared there. And outside here, I still have the 2 plus 7 multiplied by what's inside the brackets. Next, I have 2 exponents. So I'm going to take care of both of those. So we have 3 to the second power would be 3 multiplied by 3, which is 9, plus, now I have negative 2 to the second power. So what I need to think about is that's really negative 2 multiplied by negative 2. So the negatives would cancel, and 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So that's 9 plus 4 now, and that all is still inside the bracket. And outside the bracket, I still have 2 plus 7 multiplied by the quantity of 9 plus 4. 9 plus 4 is 13. I still need to multiply by 7 and add 2. 7 multiplied by 13 is 91, and 91 plus 2 is 93. To summarize this lesson, to simplify expressions with integers, follow the order of operations. Pay close attention to the rules of integers, especially with subtraction.